we were all just performing at UCB Theater, Upright Citizens Brigade here in New York, and Paul and I had known each other for about 10 years and had done a lot of improvising and sketch shows together. And then Aziz was doing stand-up, and so we were all kind of, he knew who we were and we knew who he was, and it was just sort of this mutual admiration society. And Aziz started doing this show every week called Crash Test, and it was like a stand-up show, and he kind of wanted people to co-host it with him. So the first week he asked me, and we did a sketch on stage called Shutterbugs, which was about, we basically had, I had all these kids' headshots, don't ask why, and I had all these headshots of little kids, and we did this bit on stage where we were like headshot photographers, and we basically just criticized these headshots of these adorable little kids and just like ripped these kids apart. And then that sort of created this sketch that we eventually did called Shutterbugs, where we sort of changed it so we became talent agents for little kids. So that's how kind of we met, like just doing bits on stage and doing videos. And then he and Paul co-hosted in subsequent weeks, and they did a video and a bit on stage about kind of making fun of shitty magicians and stuff. And they did this bit called Illusionators, which is vaguely inspired by Chris Angel, and so that's sort of where, you know, two kind of popular sketches of ours came from, just kind of doing bits on stage at UCB, really. When people even talk about like those other groups, we're actually super flattered to even be compared to any of them. I mean, we have a lot of fun doing what we're doing and try to do really funny stuff, but yeah, I mean, there are amazing sketch groups in the pantheon of sketch history, and yeah, I mean, that's always like really flattering to be compared to any of those guys. We just want to like we just want to keep doing our thing, and we really don't care about anything else but just like making funny stuff. You know, like we don't worry about what's coming up down the road or anything like that, and we try, you know, the great thing about like the comedy world right now is that there's just like a really good, I feel like it's a really good time for comedy. You know, there's just a lot of cool stuff going on, and people are doing, you know, especially in New York for sure, like people are just doing like really smart, different, funny stuff, and you know, we're glad to be in the mix, and what's cool about it is that there's also like this sort of really supportive community, and like no one ever shits on anybody else. You know, you don't ever hear people like just attacking other people. It's just kind of a cool community right now, and there seems to be like a lot of just admiration for different people doing different stuff, whether it's stand-up or sketch or improv or whatever. Like it just seems to be like a really supportive, cool thing. And I mean, for example, you know, we were able to get some guys from SNL to do some bits in our show, like Andy Samberg and Fred Armisen and Bill Hader, and you know, we've known those guys for a while, but they just really liked the show, and we were like, but you guys are already on a really great show. It's a very famous sketch comedy show, you know, and they're just like, yeah, but it'd be fun to do your show, you know. So that's just kind of cool. There's no like, you know, no one fights or whatever. It's just kind of cool to pop up in other people's projects.